For years, the narrative has been whether China will overtake the United States economically. However, the reality is that this shift has already occurred. China is not merely catching up. It is leading the way forward while the U.S. grapples with mounting debt, aging infrastructure, and a political landscape riddled with gridlock. As China forges ahead, constructing the future at an unprecedented pace, it has become a powerhouse in global trade, technology, and military capabilities. Here are 10 compelling reasons why China has already surpassed the U.S. economically. Historically, the U.S. held the title of the largest economy, but when measured by purchasing power parity, PPP, China has taken the lead. PPP evaluates what a country can purchase with its currency, indicating that, in real terms, China's economy is now larger than that of the U.S. This is more than just a statistic. It highlights China's dominance in manufacturing and exports. While the U.S. economy still leads in nominal GDP, it relies heavily on debt and financial services. In contrast, China is focused on producing tangible goods, expanding its infrastructure, and making strategic investments worldwide. Consequently, China is gaining significant economic influence globally, shaping trade rules and drawing developing nations into its economic sphere. The U.S., meanwhile, faces challenges like rising inflation and industries relocating overseas. The question is not if China will surpass the U.S. in nominal GDP, but when. Once that happens, the U.S. will not only lose its top economic position, but also the accompanying power and influence. China has become the world's manufacturing powerhouse. While the U.S. has shifted away from production, China has established a vast industrial empire, producing everything from electronics to pharmaceuticals. With nearly 30% of global manufacturing output, more than the U.S. and Europe combined, China's leverage over global supply chains is immense. It can dictate prices and restrict exports of critical materials as needed. The U.S., on the other hand, has spent decades outsourcing production, resulting in factory closures and the loss of millions of manufacturing jobs. Many American companies now rely on Chinese factories for essential raw materials and components. As China continues to invest in industrial development and worker training, cities like Shenzhen have become high-tech manufacturing hubs, creating products at a scale that the U.S. simply cannot match. In terms of infrastructure, the disparity is striking. China has constructed the largest and most advanced high-speed rail network globally, while the U.S. struggles with outdated roads and unreliable public transport. China's rail system spans over 25,000 miles, allowing passengers to travel between major cities like Beijing and Shanghai in just a few hours, faster and cheaper than flying. In contrast, the fastest train in the U.S. operates only in the Northeast and reaches a mere 150 miles each on a single route. Beyond rail, China's rapid construction of modern airports and smart cities far outpaces the U.S., whose infrastructure is plagued by delays and underfunding. China has positioned itself as the dominant trading power, surpassing the U.S. as the top trading partner for over 120 countries. Its aggressive trade policies, massive export capacity, and strategic economic alliances have solidified this status. The Belt and Road Initiative, which invests in ports and infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and Europe, has further enhanced China's global economic partnerships. Meanwhile, the U.S. struggles to maintain its influence, often resorting to protectionist policies that weaken its standing. In technology, the U.S. once led the world, but that era is fading. China has surged ahead in crucial sectors like artificial intelligence, 5G, and quantum computing. While American tech giants grapple with regulations, China is innovating rapidly. For instance, a Chinese AI company recently released a model that outperformed American firms, showcasing China's advancement in AI development and application. Moreover, China dominates semiconductor manufacturing and has established a comprehensive 5G network. while the U.S. struggles to implement similar infrastructure. China's financial landscape is also evolving, diminishing the U.S. dollar's dominance. With the rise of the Chinese yuan and an expanding banking system, China is steadily reducing America's financial influence. Its mobile payment systems have revolutionized transactions, making cash nearly obsolete, while the U.S. banking system remains outdated and fragmented, often relying on slow and cumbersome processes. Militarily, China is catching up, and in some areas has already surpassed the U.S. With the largest navy and advanced technologies like hypersonic missiles, China's military is modernizing rapidly. In contrast, the U.S. military is burdened by aging equipment and costly overseas engagements that have yielded minimal results. China's focus on building its military at home and forging strategic partnerships is positioning it for future conflicts. Urban development in China demonstrates its technological and infrastructural advancements. Cities like Shenzhen and Shanghai are characterized by high-tech amenities and efficient systems, while many American cities are still mired in outdated infrastructure. China is constructing smart cities designed for efficiency, utilizing AI for resource management, while U.S. cities grapple with crumbling transport systems and bureaucratic delays. Education is another area where China is excelling. It graduates 4 times more STEM students than the U.S. annually, reflecting a national commitment to education and technological development. In contrast, the U.S. education system faces challenges such as rising student debt and declining performance in basic subjects, leading to a talent